58% of working parents feel like they're missing out on moments with their children due to their job. And 67% of grandparents want more time with their grandkids. Now, here to share how new devices can build connections between children and remote loved ones is early child development expert and best-selling author, Dr. Michelle Borba. Good morning, doctor. How are you?
Good morning, and you nailed it. The biggest thing we're all challenged and wanting to do is make sure that we have stronger connections with our kids, particularly when we're going back to work. The office hours are changing, and grandparents, they desperately want to be part of our children's lives.
Now, how have children and parents been impacted as work needs are shifting back to in-office and travel?
Well, challenging may be the term. They've been used to having us around, and we've been used to being there in our children's lives. Now all of a sudden the world is changing again. We're going on another off ramp, and what's happening is we're very concerned about how we stay engaged with our kids. Traditional devices where we try to talk virtually, a lot of times most parents are saying it's hard to keep kids engaged with them. And so we're looking at what else can we do to build those strong, healthy families.
Now, how can families use technology to build connection with remote loved ones?
That's why I love Amazon Glow. It's a brand new device that's built from the ground up, and each part of it and parcel was checked with child development experts to make sure it's child appropriate. But what it does is let kids be kids while still inviting grown-ups into their world. And that's how you create meaningful connection. The best part of it, because the device is a little bigger so you can really see the person's face, you feel like that remote loved one is right there sitting side by side with you.
Now, what other mental health and educational benefits can children get from age-appropriate technology?
Well, the first thing is we do know that the strength of the relationship is one of the strongest ways that you can keep mental health intact for a child. In fact, we've only had one study that was huge. 14,000 American kids, middle school and high school kids. Which kids were faring better during COVID? It was the children who had strong, healthy relationships with their families. So once again, when you're using Amazon Glow, you're trying to figure out ways to engage your kids and keep them going, and here's the secret to it. First of all, there are dozens of ideas. In fact, content changes regularly, daily, so that you can keep adding new ideas for you. Find what works for your child. You could, for instance, read with your child. There's hundreds of book possibilities, so maybe you can keep that bedtime ritual going with your child and read together. There's an interactive play space right here that as you are connecting with your child, he can also play games with you. For instance, Go Fish, chess or checkers, or new ones. You can draw with your child. Let their creative juices flow. There's digital pens. There's all different kinds of paintbrushes that are also involved. But every moment that the child is on this screen, he's being able to grow, develop, and engage with you to create lifelong meaningful memories.
Well, speaking of that, what are the benefits?
The benefits, well, first of all, because you're with your child, figuring out what resonates with your child. And once you figure out, oh my gosh, does this kid love to do Go Fish? That's what you build in each day. Kids are more likely to open up and feel a little bit more relaxed when they're doing things. So there's a secret to you. Do or play a game with your child if that what works with your child. You can also do rituals and routines. There's another idea. You can build in and make sure that grandparents are involved in your child's life. They may be 3 states away, but they can still each night, same time, 7 o'clock, grandpa comes in and reads the bedtime story with your child. That creates a wonderful lifelong memory with your child too.
Now, do you have any other advice for families who are trying to strengthen relationships?
I think the key is, first of all, figure out what resonates with your child and keep playing that same idea. The second thing is rituals and routines actually help reduce stress. So figure out what works, and then same time, same place, even if you're 3 states away on a business trip, you can call up and do, let's review the day and how it went at the same time as 7 o'clock. Or every night at 8 o'clock is when you read that bedtime story with your child, or review the day, the best parts of the day, the most fun parts of the day. In a dismal world, that's what we need to rebuild into our kids' lives. But those rituals and routines add up. They also create predictability in your children's world, and they actually reduce the stress in a very simple way.
You know, you hit it on the head, in a very dismal world. Now, where can we go to learn more?
Learn more is go to amazon.com/glow and find the fun ways to keep your child engaged and give them hope.
Give everybody hope. Dr. Michelle Borba, thank you so much for joining us on Morning Blend.
You're welcome. Thank you.